Begin with the very latest on the investigation, and Trace Gallagher reporting from our West Coast newsroom. Trace?
And Megan, it's very important to note that today police in Philadelphia only showed the still shots of that shooting. So this is the first time most of us are about to see the video in real time, and it is astonishing. Not only does the gunman unload the semi-automatic handgun on the police cruiser, but as he fires, he continues moving. You can see it there, toward the cruiser, toward the officer, until his arm is in the driver's side window. Officer Jesse Hartnett clearly tried to protect himself and was struck 3 times in the left arm, yet he was able to get out of his patrol car, as you said, return fire, hitting the man 1 time. The police said 11 shots. Now we know it was actually 13 shots at the police officer. And listen now to the officer's desperate call to radio dispatch.
That's 6 shots fired. Get those screws. I'm shot. I'm bleeding heavily.
All cars stand by. We have an officer shot 6-0 in Spruce. Repeating in the 18th district, assisting officer 6-0 in Spruce. We have an officer down.
Backup patrol cars quickly captured the suspect, now identified as 30-year-old Edward Archer, who police say has confessed that he pledged his allegiance to ISIS and acted in the name of Islam, telling police, quote, "I follow Allah. I pledge my allegiance to the Islamic State. That is why I did what I did." It's unclear if Archer has ties to ISIS members or other radical Islamic groups, but police have searched 2 homes near Philly where Archer was known to live and are now scrubbing his social media footprint to see if he was influenced by any foreign or outside source. Archer's mother says her son is a devout Muslim, but that he's mentally ill from too many hits to the head playing football. We have also found that Edward Archer has a long criminal record for theft, assault, and firearms violations, and in 2012 was charged with making terroristic threats but was never prosecuted. He traveled to Egypt in 2012, and ABC News is reporting he also went to Saudi Arabia in 2011. Police want to know why he went overseas and exactly how he obtained the gun that he allegedly used to try to assassinate Officer Hartnett. Listen.
It was stolen back in October of 2013. It was reported, and that is one of the things that you absolutely regret the most when an officer's gun is stolen, that it is used against one of your own.
Officer Hartnett served 8 years in the Coast Guard before becoming a cop. Today he was able to speak to his father from his hospital bed. Megan.
Trace, thank you. Joining me now, John McNesby, president of the Philadelphia Fraternal Order of Police. He just met with the injured officer. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We appreciate it. So you met with him. How is he?
He's up. He's alert. He's with family. He's with his girlfriend, surrounded by a lot of fellow officers, and he's in good spirits considering he was almost assassinated last night.
What did he say?
He was lucky, very lucky. You know, he was targeted not because he was black, not because he was white. He was targeted because he was wearing a badge, he was in a uniform, and he was driving a Philadelphia police car. And he feels very lucky. He feels relieved. His training kicked in, and we're lucky to have him. We could just as well be planning a funeral this evening.
He's a young guy, 33 years old. Did he speak at all? He's been hit 3 times, artery severed. Someone just tried to execute him in his patrol car. Did he speak at all about the moment he got out and what that was like for him with one arm totally incapacitated, but still having the courage to go after the bad guy?
You know, he didn't really elaborate on that. He was around family, but he was just happy to be here. You know, he's still a little groggy. He had surgery today. There's another surgery Monday, and many more to follow just to save his arm.
What kind of condition is he in?
He's in intensive care as we speak. The next couple days, he'll be going through a lot of care through the doctors here who did a great job on him. They think they're able to save his arm. He's a true hero. He's a true hero, and he was targeted just because he was an officer wearing a uniform.
What did you make today of the mayor coming out and saying this is about gun violence and had nothing to do with Islam, even though the suspect says openly, yes, it did?
Listen, the guy said he's Islamic. Whether he took too many hits to the head, it doesn't matter. He opened fire. And it starts at the top. You know, we have to be out there supporting law enforcement, not only here in Philadelphia, but around the country. Whether it was Islam, whether he's a Muslim, whether he followed ISIS, whatever it was, he's a terrorist. He attacked one of our officers, Everybody out there has to keep a vigilant eye open, not only here in Philadelphia, but around the country. I don't know whether it starts with the federal laws to make sure that these are enhanced sentencing, whether it's the parole board, who when they give somebody 5 years, make sure they stay in jail for 5 years, not 3 years, not 2 years, not say, hey, sorry, pat you on the back and let you out. Whether it starts in Harrisburg, Washington, Philadelphia, we want to make sure that our officers are safe out there.
Absolutely. John, all our best to you and to him tonight. Officer Jesse Hartnett in the hospital, 33 years old. Take care.
Thank you.
Well, my next guest says killing law enforcement is straight out of the Jihad handbook. Dr. Sebastian Gorka provides counterterrorism training to the FBI and Special Forces. He serves as the Major General Matthew C. Horner Distinguished Chair of Military Theory at Marine Corps University. His website is thegorkabriefing.com. Doctor, good to see you again tonight. Straight out of the Jihadi handbook, what do you mean?
Well, if you just read their publications, which is essential if you're a national security practitioner, whether it's Al-Qaeda's magazine Inspire or the even much more impressive Dabiq, D-A-B-I-Q, Dabiq magazine of ISIS, this is what they tell their adherents to do. They have to destroy the West. America is the pinnacle of the West, and they're looking for symbolic targets. That means servicemen, it means peace officers that represent our system, and also it means large crowds of unarmed civilians like the Boston bombing. This is straight out of the jihadi playbook.
This guy's mother says he was very devout Muslim. He himself, according to law enforcement, is saying he did it in the name of Islam. And he traveled to Egypt in 2012, then came back. How are we going to trace the trail of his radicalization?
Well, the FBI is going to be doing this right now. We are going to find, if we already know this travel pattern, we are going to find links to some kind of talent spotter, some kind of imam that provides the sanction for this. We are going to find connections to a broader conspiracy. There is no such thing as lone wolf terrorism. The connective tissue between all of these attacks, whether it's Fort Hood, whether it's the Boston bombing, or this, is of course the ideology of jihad. And I don't understand how the mayor, I didn't know he had theological qualifications, can say this has nothing to do with Islam or jihad. When somebody kills you and says, I'm killing you because you're black or because you're white, you don't get to say that's not a racial crime. This is what they're trying to do right now, Megyn.
We're going to play the full mayor's soundbite for the audience in our next segment, and you'll see what we're talking about. But this guy was very quick to say, no, just nobody believes this has anything to do with Islam. Well, guess what, Mr. Mayor? You're not right. You're wrong. The question here is whether anybody's going to acknowledge what we have seen, Doctor, over the past weeks and months, which is the threat of jihadi violence here in America is clearly on the rise.
Look, the facts are out there. We've published this in our report at the Threat Knowledge Group. In the last 20 months, we have arrested or killed more than 90 ISIS suspects in America. My contacts inside the FBI have said in the last 14 years, they have never seen a calendar year with so much jihadist activity on U.S. soil. That's just the fact of the matter. And the most scary thing of all, Megyn, 30% of the people we've interdicted have no intention of traveling to Syria or Iraq. They've decided they want to kill Americans in America, like this policeman in Philly.
Dr. Sebastian Gorka, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thanks, Megyn.